story of Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse, is set in the year 1476 and takes place 200 years before the events of Castlevania. Count Dracula just started to form his army of undead monsters, and to stop him, the church tasks the vampire killer Trevor Belmont to travel to Castlevania and take out the undead fucker. Castlevania 3 returns to the linear platforming and familiar jump and whip game mechanic of the first game. All the usual power-ups and extra weapons make a return too. But is it any easier as the first two games? Nope, it's still hard as heck. The player has to fight his way through 16 different stages, and that's not all. Castlevania 3 also lets the player decide between different paths, each determining which character is joining Trevor on his adventure. That's right, Castlevania 3 features 3 different followers to choose from. There is Grant. He's a pirate with the extra ability to climb on walls, because apparently pirates are all bitten by radioactive spiders. There's also the vampire huntress Cipher, a powerful sorceress. And last but not least, there is Alucard, the son of Dracula. He has a fireball attack and can turn into a bat for a short time. Hang on.
What a twist!
All the familiar monsters make a return too. And don't forget the bosses. The player will be faced with dragons, mummies, and our old friend the Grim Reaper. I fucking hate that guy. And let's not forget the evil shadow version of the player himself. Here's a neat trick I figured out to beat this guy. Just run from him like a little bitch. And last but not least, the final boss. Here's a spoiler warning for a 29-year-old game. Of course Trevor has to kill Dracula, and this time around, the Prince of Darkness has 3 different forms to beat. Yeah! Who doesn't know the stories about Dracula turning into a skull statue and a giant devil creature? Read the book once, will you? Castlevania 3 also has 4 different endings, depending on which character you choose as your follower. There's an ending with Trevor all by himself, an ending explaining that Grant is going to rebuild the damage done by Dracula, an ending including Trevor and Alucard watching Castlevania going down, and Alucard contemplating the murder of his own father. And last but not least, there is the ending where Trevor and Cipher watch the castle collapse. Oh, and you just know that those two are going to Victory Bang tonight.
Nice.
And here is my rating for Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. It's a solid sequel, and there isn't really anything I could complain about. The only gripe I have with the game is that it doesn't really incorporate the followers. They are a nice side attraction, but you don't really need them to progress through the game. I give Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse 7 out of 10 Victory Bangs.
Nice.